Yes, there he is. Hey, how
There we
are
go.
you?
Good. I was like just stressing out for you. I'm just like, hopefully it works. And then you said you're gonna restart it, and it was connecting, and uh, that was stressful.
We're here now, and you know what? Honestly, and it's like it didn't work in my head. You're here now. How are you? Hi.
I'm doing good, thank you.
Good. Well, I'm glad that you could join me here. And I'm gonna work on making this better next time. Technology. I don't know if are you a tech guy, Mario?
No, it's my first time doing a live on Instagram, so that's like I was stressing for you because I didn't even know what to do. So
Okay. All right, good. All right, good. And also, not for nothing, I'm not going to pan down because I don't want to risk it. But I literally, so I don't know if you know, I love jumping rope and everything, but I haven't been able to jump in a few days because I did something to my foot. Here I am talking to a pro fighter about banging up my foot. So I'm taking care of it, and I got a little workout in today, and I'm like, oh, my foot's back on the mend. Literally 1 minute before I went live here, I dropped something on my foot, and it hurt so bad. And I was like screaming and freaking out before we even went live. So anyway, so I have like an ice pack on my foot right now while we're talking. What about you?
yeah, I'm just here sipping a coffee, just relaxing.
Did you get hurt at all in your fight with Ricky?
No, just every fight. If we're kicking, my shins always hurt afterwards. But other than that, no, everything was fine. Yeah, despite the war that we just had. So
Yeah, yeah. So obviously, I want to get to a lot of these questions that folks have for you too, but I want to start with some questions. And first, just a congratulations, because honestly, we were all blown away. I was working with Alan and Dean, and I think before you even fought, like we were kind of like, this is like fight of the night potential. And just because you're both so good, and everything that you had said before the fight about what your intentions are and who you want to be now, and it really just seemed like you had a point to prove and that you did it. So what, I mean, is that what you felt like going in, like you needed the win in a big way, put your name on the map, really let people know what's going on?
yeah, it was kind of like a build up to that fight. All these wins that I've racked up, and here's my opportunity to get what I wanted, and here it is.
Mhm.
So it was like a lot of pressure coming in. So it was just kind of fighting those mental battles throughout this camp and that day. But once I stepped in there, it just felt like another fight. So I felt good.
Which is wild because, I mean, obviously it is just another fight, right? But Ricky had a number next to him, and I didn't check today, but did you steal his number? He was number
Yeah,
13.
I think they put me at number 14 and they moved him to 15, I think, from what
Okay.
I've seen. So
Okay.
yeah, I mean, we're in there. I was pretty happy with it. I was happy for like a couple minutes, and then you just start to realize, well, it's just a number, and now we just got to keep on moving forward.
Right. It is just a number, but it's more than that. It's proof that your work is paying off. And it's also a number in like the sickest division in the UFC. So, your 14 in the bantamweight UFC is really, really, really impressive.
Yeah, no, I was looking at once I seen my ranking, and then I seen all the names above it leading to the top, and I'm like, dang, that's a stacked division. That's a tough road for sure.
Yeah, it is. So I want to kind of back up. I got a little bit ahead of myself, but like some of the things I was reading about you before this fight was that you were saying, like, look, I'm on a 5-win streak, and even though I am, a lot of people aren't really saying my name yet or whatever, and you've been quiet, and you kind of were, if I'm not putting words in your mouth, but like letting the work do the talking for you, right? You were like, I'm on this 5-win streak, like that should be not enough, but like that should speak for me. And then you realize that it is a lot, but you do have to talk more, right? And so is that a whole thing now that maybe we're going to hear from you more and you'll be a little bit more outspoken?
Yeah, no, that's definitely I wanted that's something I wanted to work on as soon as I got into the top 15. I think outside of the top 15 doesn't really matter. So once we got here, there's names like in front of me that I can call out, and I could start to, build myself up into those great matchups.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, that's important. Humility is important, but you gotta get out there and start jawing too, because as we know, I mean, and it's interesting that you said you waited till you got a ranking, but like a lot of people talk their way into stuff without a number or whatever, you
Yeah,
know?
no, I definitely wanted to let my skills and my fights do that talking until I got to this point. So
Right.
I'm happy I stuck true to myself, and I'm going to continue to do so. And I'm not going to start saying a bunch of crazy stuff like, you know, become a Conor McGregor Jr. over here. You know, I'm going to let it come out genuine. So we'll see where it goes.
Yeah. What's your take, though, on the smack talk these days, right? Because some of it gets really personal and beyond just you and the other fighter. It's families, it's this, that.
Yeah, I mean, I would never go that deep into, you know, smack talking, but yeah, there's some people, especially I think what's 170, 185 guys, they've been cutting in deep there. So I personally don't like it, so I would never go that far. But it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, it's funny because I like smack talk, like, but to a degree, right? I don't want it to get personal. I don't like people's families getting involved, but let me tell you, if I was allowed to just talk a bunch of other like news anchors or like anchors and stuff, like, oh, I would. Like if you got me up on a dais and I was allowed to talk crap, like I totally would. But it wouldn't be about their families and stuff. It would be just about the person in front of me. But I do enjoy a little bit of it. Like I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. So I want to get to some of these other questions. But how did you feel? You know, I want to talk some fight stuff specifically because, you know, Ricky, going into this one, we're all like, oh my God, like Ricky is got a lot of power, and he, you know, he keeps coming. It's like he doesn't slow down. He's got great wrestling. If he's on you, you know, he can be quite sticky and stuff like that. So when you were going into that fight, what was your first priority in terms of what you thought you had to look out for with him?
Definitely watch out for the power. You know, that's what he kind of started off with. And then just maintaining that distance, keeping my footwork going just so he wouldn't get in on a shot early, because right off the bat, he's going to be the strongest, you know, as opposed to first round to third round.
Yeah.
So kind of maintaining that distance. So that was like my first priority, first round.
Nice. Nice. That's cool. I mean, look, it was such a great fight. Like we were all just like, okay, we knew it was going to be good. We knew it was going to be good, and it was really, really good. Okay, so let me make sure I'm doing this. I want to make sure if there's some questions here. If you guys have any questions here, I think I'm doing this correctly now, so I can. I believe I can read these. Hopefully I don't do anything wrong. But, someone's saying fight Umar Nurmagomedov. I mean, you know, anybody with that Nurmagomedov name, I mean, they actually are all good. You want to say it's a brand name that you have to be good, but they actually are all good. You called out Rob Font, right?
Yeah, Rob Font, yeah. That's what I was looking at in the division. I'm sorry, Karyn.
I love it and I hate it. I love it and I hate it. I'm from Boston, for those who don't know. Rob Font is like the Boston guy, like the Cada and the Fonts and all those guys. Like I do love them. But as soon as you said that on fight night, I was like, oh, that's so good, you know?
Yeah.
What did he respond?
I don't think so. I know Dean didn't want me to fight him. I know Dean didn't like that fight either. But that's just kind of like the only guy I really seen that didn't have, you know, that wasn't booked. I looked at everyone else and they all had booking. So I thought it made sense. You know, he's in the top 10 and that's the next spot I want to go to.
You guys would have an amazing fight. Like it would be, yeah. Take my money, Mario.
No, I think it'd be fun. You know, I just fought a wrestler. I just had a camp for a wrestler. So I think it'd be nice to see what I could do against someone good at striking.
Yes.
So it'd be an exciting fight.
Yeah, I think that's great. And, you know, I mean, the thing is, too, is you're getting to the point where now, I mean, none of your fights are easy anyway, but that's the type of thing with Rob, too, now, you know, being there and having been there for a little while, he definitely has a target, and a lot of you young guns are going to be coming up and trying to get him. But, yeah, people are saying the exchanges would be insane. Like, yeah, you're getting lots of love here. Everybody's saying that you're, like, just such a dog in here. And just so good, but that would be an incredible fight. Like I would definitely love to see that. But again, like it's one of those things where, yeah, just may the best man win. I feel like, you know, did you find like after this fight you noticed a definite bump in fans or something, like when you have a high profile fight like this against a ranked guy? Did you notice anything different after the win?
Yeah, I think I just seen like my Instagram followers go up a little bit, you know, but I really don't care too much about that. What I like the most is just walking out of that cage and getting love from like the commentators Alan came up to me and said that was an amazing fight.
Yeah.
You know, guys that I really respect and fighters saying that I did such a great job. So that
Yeah.
was pretty cool to see.
Yeah, I'm curious, you know, because and maybe that's what you kind of were / are anyway, right? By being a little bit quieter, but now you're on a 6-win streak in the bantamweight division, and you're one of those guys that's like, well, now people are starting to recognize that we got to watch this guy's fights. Like we can't just skip a Bautista fight. Like now people know, and there is something to be said for that kind of being like a fighter that other fighters appreciate, you know, like Jim Miller was on the card and he's like the king of that kind of guy, right? Other fighters love Jim Miller. I have to imagine you do, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah. I think that's probably right around the time I started watching the UFC is when he made his debut. So
really,
been around for a while. Yeah.
That's amazing. So yeah, oh my God. So he debuted in 2008.
Yeah, that's probably right around the time I started watching Pride first, actually, and then UFC, and then he's been there for so long. So I anytime to watch UFC, he's fighting or something. So
nice. Yeah, I believe it was, if I can remember my notes, it was like, I think he debuted at UFC 89 or something in 2008. It's crazy. Like he's so cool. Like, you know, I guess that's why he's lasted so long. Like he has no ego about him. Like he's just like a good dude.
Yeah, and he's not a loudmouther, you know, and look how far he's come and how long he's been here. So that's definitely a guy to look up to for sure.
That's true. Yeah, no, so like were there others when you first started that like that set an impression in your brain where you were like, not necessarily like I want to be like that guy, but maybe you inspired you when you were first getting going?
When I first started, he's a loudmouth too, but Tito Ortiz, you know, and this was when I was a kid, you know, I liked the flaming shorts and he fought Chuck Liddell and he had the ice shorts, things like that. You know, Tito's, I don't know what he's doing now, but back in the day, I used to like him a lot. There's lots of guys I like from Pride, like Shogun, Rampage, Vandalay, all those guys. And even guys in my division, you know, watching Uriah Faber. When I first found out about the WEC, watching small guys for the first time, because I had this plan like, oh, I got to bulk up to 155 to make it into the UFC. And they added the divisions, the lower divisions. So it was pretty cool to see those guys just get love and attention and seeing their fighting ability and their skills. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. I mean, all those, you know, you're talking about all the OGs. And yeah, it is fun. Like those are the guys that brought a lot of attention to the sport 100%. You know, were you a guy that, I don't know all of the stuff about your backstory, like were you in other sports and then you switched to fighting? What's your fight origin story? What did you even like, what was your athletic ability before? Was that, you know?
You know, I played like soccer growing up. Like that's like the one sport when I was a kid. But then kind of growing up, I kind of got into like some street fights. And so I thought like, well, I should train, you know. I started training boxing, you know, 12, 13. But I guess I should say I didn't really know how to train. I would just hit the bag. Did football my freshman year, was way too small. I weighed like 103 pounds. So I didn't even play. And my buddy was like, well, let's just do wrestling right afterwards.
Yeah.
And that's a sport I kind of excelled at. And that was some tough training. So I applied that training to boxing. And after high school, started doing jiu-jitsu. 2 months later, took my first amateur fight. And that's kind of like the direction I headed in.
And did you get support from your family, or were they not into you being a fighter?
Oh, no, they supported me right off the bat. You know, my mom's always calling me after fights if she can't make it. If she can make it, she can. She's been to most of my wrestling matches, and I don't think she has a clue like what the point system is or anything about that. She's just there to support me. So no, I've always had love from them.
That's awesome. That's great. I mean, that makes a big difference, you know. I feel like, you know, obviously people come in and have all kinds of different stories, but I feel like if your family's supporting you and you know, they're with you, that's going to make a big difference. And obviously I would think it would be great. Are you the type of person who splurges on like you know, you got a win bonus and stuff like that? So do you splurge? What do you do with your cash? I don't know if you're a sneaker guy or what, or you're responsible and you're just saving it.
I'd like to say I'm responsible, but if anything, I kind of splurge on food, you know, like all these Instagram, like fight week, like I have like a list of my algorithm turns into a bunch of food through fight week. So I have all these places I want to go to. So I ended up checking up off those off the box right there.
Nice.
You know, tried my luck in Vegas. Walked away with $1,000 Sunday.
Nice.
So little
What's
things
your
like
game?
that. Roulette.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I like roulette, but what's your number?
I pick, so I do red or black,
Uh-huh.
odd or even. I pick a row, and I put mine on the table. And if I could hit all four of those, yeah, I'm walking away right off the bat.
Yeah, that's
So.
pretty good. That's pretty good. For some reason, I always pick, I like 36.
Oh, that's a good number. I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah. I like 36. There's a few I do, you know, like different birthdays or whatever, but for some reason 36 I like, and it seems like it hits a decent amount.
Yeah, I'll always like look at that screen. It
Yeah.
always says like which numbers hit the most.
Yeah.
But if I'm with friends or anything, I'll be like, what number are you picking? All right, this one. All right, this number. What row? That row? Okay. So it's just random anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I know. But that's the thing with roulette, like, because I don't gamble a lot, and I even was saying to Alan, got some food after work, and I was like, you know, I'm always like, you know, we're here in Vegas so much, but it doesn't even occur to me to gamble ever. And then I was like, duh, like I could be down here gambling, but I don't know. I like playing blackjack, but I just don't do it. I don't know why.
Blackjack's okay.
But I do like roulette too, but it does, at least with blackjack, I feel like I have something to do with like the strategy of winning, but I'm like, it's totally random and I don't know. Brandon is asking, would you fight Sugar for the belt if it ever came to it?
If it ever came to it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would. I think he would fight me too. So, but just at the end of the day, at the end of the night, like it would be all love. You know, I have nothing against Sean. It's just we have the same goal, and we spar in the gym anyway for free. So why not do it for a lot of money?
Yeah. Yeah. It's tough. It's tough when that happens, but I guess that's what you guys say when you're in the gym. You guys are on the same path anyway, right? A lot of time it's just like only for the belt type thing.
Yeah, and like once we get to that point, then it'd be an actual conversation because speaking it right now, it could probably never happen. He can move up, and he has so many opportunities to do different things. So
yeah, he's a star, and look, that's gonna be a tough fight though.
Oh, it's a tough sparring match. I can tell you that right now. Yeah.
I bet. So, hey, what do you do for fun though? Like, are you a gamer? What do you do when you're not fighting?
I always say this, but like it's so cliche to say like, oh, I'm always in the gym, this and that.
Yeah.
I'm literally in the gym. I was there this morning.
Really?
And it's just something I like to do. It just keeps me. I don't know. It's my purpose or whatever it is. But I like to be there, and I like to go back to help those guys that helped me get ready for this fight, who also have fights coming up. So I like to go back and help them out. I have a few guys I'm going to coach in LFA in February. So I just want to make sure I'm there for them, giving them what they need.
That's cool. So when you went today though, did you get a little shakeout in? You just like a little kind of work out the lactic acid?
Just went to go lift some weights, put the little 25s on, nothing crazy. So no, that's what I like to do. And cool. Just hang out with my family and everything too. I take my daughter to kickboxing classes there too. So
nice. And how old is she?
She's 5. Yeah.
Oh. And is she a little badass?
She's a little hot-tempered like me, I guess. So,
oh yeah.
Yeah, but I thought she would be doing jiu-jitsu. I wanted her to do jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
But she's taken a liking to kickboxing a little bit more, which is fine with me. So keep
good.
Keep those boys off.
I was just gonna say both of those are gonna be effective. You know what I mean? The little teeth kicks and all that stuff would be nice. But yeah, for her to have, I had my daughter in jiu-jitsu for a little while when she was younger. She didn't really love it though, but yeah, it's good for them to, to learn some stuff. But I don't know. I feel like a lot of girls, we do like kicking and punching stuff too. So I'm not surprised if you feel, I don't know, you feel like a little more badass with that. Like, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
It's one of those things. It is one of those things. I just want to make sure I'm not missing any questions here. But yeah, so I know. So now you'll be able to take some time off, even though I know you said you wouldn't mind fighting Rob. Okay, Okay, so Ed PMMA is saying he won a lot of money on you, and I was joking, and Nick had actually put something out about being a parlay killer. I feel like were you the favorite in this one, or were you
No,
the dog?
I was underdog. I think at the end it was like minus 150,
Right.
155 or something like that.
Okay, that's
So
right.
yeah,
That's right. But that's because he was ranked in as a number, even though,
yeah,
and the thing is, he was on a 5-win streak before he fought Song Yadong. You know what I mean? So it's like, it makes sense, and he was ranked and you weren't. But yeah, now you're on 6-fight win streak, and now you said you're ranked number 14,
yeah.
right? So, yeah.
No, I have no issues with the odds and everything. So yeah, it is what it is. But those people, they'll message me if they lose money. They'll message me on Instagram and tell me some hateful things. But if they win money, they love me. So
Right.
whatever.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, yeah, it's awesome, and it seems like we've got Nicholas here in the comments too. And so yeah, I think it's great that you guys are doing that, and you're like parlay killers. I think that's awesome, and I think look at people are going to know from now, right? People are going to know not to bet against you, probably, right?
Hopefully, hope I don't lose you guys any money.
Oh, yeah. So here's here's some question here. Javed Basharat cuts this from Combat 12344. Somebody says Javed Basharat wants to fight you, and said that you spoke some crap to him. That would be fun. Is that true? Is that true?
No, I think after my last fight, no, Damon Blackshear,
Oh,
he
okay.
he he made a Twitter post saying like, "How about a quick turnaround in 3 weeks?" And I was just like, "Dude, I just went 3 rounds. Like, why? I'm just gonna chill, obviously."
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward. I'm not looking backward. You have like 3 fights in the UFC, and then he had a fight with Victor Henry, and he
Hmm.
kicked him in the kick low blow, and Victor couldn't continue, right? And
Right.
so the fight was a no contest, and Boschrat has no finishes in the UFC. So I got on Twitter and I was like, "Hey, congrats on your first finish in the UFC, Boschrat." And then he was just super upset about that. And then then after this fight with Ricky, he messaged me
Yeah.
on Twitter saying, "Mario, you bum. Trevin Jones still has your mouthpiece, this and that." I'm just like, "You're just a hater, bro." So
Yeah. Gotcha.
uh,
Gotcha.
earn your spot, Boschrat.
Okay. The Basharat brothers are on the come up, though. That is true. They are good. They are
All
good.
right.
They are good. But I hear you on that one. I hear you on that one. All right. So here's another question. Where do you want to fight Rob Font? If you do fight Rob, do you have like a place or a time or when you would want to do that?
I'm not sure the fight cards or anything.
Yeah.
I think Vegas would be nice. I love fighting in Vegas, so if I
Yeah.
could stay closer to home, that'd be nice.
Nice. And someone was asking, are you Mexican? Is Bautista Mexican?
Yes, yeah. My parents are from Mexico and born and raised in Nevada, northern Nevada, Winnemucca, Nevada. So yes,
Gotcha.
Mexican, speak a little bit of Spanish.
Oh, estoy yendo para Mexico viernes. I'm going to Mexico on Friday. I can't wait.
Are you going for that fight card
No.
coming up?
Well, so I'm going back next month for the Mexico City card. Yeah, I'm working that one too, but I'm actually taking a little vacation on Friday, and I've literally I booked it before Christmas, and I'm just like, let's go. Like all I want to do is get to Mexico right now. All I want to do is get to Mexico. So I'm actually quite excited about it. It's cool.
That's gonna be
It's a
fun.
lovely place. Well, yeah, maybe you could get on one of the Noche cards. I know that's a while from now, but you could get some others before then too, right?
Yeah, we'll see. I think I prefer to fight in the States. I think Mexico City is pretty high elevation. So
Yeah, it is. It is. Well, people, yeah, Garrett and saying like the Mexican Independence Day. So yeah, that's September 1. But I would imagine you would probably fight before then too. So maybe we could get you a fight in like May, and then you could fight again in September. Look at me doing the work for you.
see, there you go. You planned it all out for me.
That's right. People are like, oh yeah, you got the sphere and stuff like that. So yeah, people in the UK, people are loving, people in Mexico. Somebody says, ask him about jumping over the leg kick. It was iconic.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I was actually trying to time. I thought he was going to shoot in, and so I was going to do a jumping knee.
Yeah.
But he didn't fully commit, and I was already up in the air, so it just happened to jump over his kick. So that was completely by accident, not on purpose.
Do you watch your fights afterwards?
Yeah, I've watched it a few times. I look back and try to see like things I did wrong, kind of see the things that he was looking for, and take that into the gym and start patching up those little holes.
Yeah. Are you able to, because like I know for myself when I watch things, it's hard for me to recognize or to say like, hey, that was good. I always just notice the bad stuff. Are you a terrible critic, or are you pretty good cheerleader for yourself?
I'm a critic as far as like technique,
Yeah.
but like seeing my heart and everything and like my determination, all that, it was pretty cool to see, because when you're outside of the cage, you know, you kind of have your doubts, you know, you'll have your doubts about yourself when you're in training, you have hard days. But once you step in there, I just feel like a completely different person. And I'm always pushing, I'm always going. And that's the person that I'm always striving to be.
Yeah, that's cool. It is so interesting to see yourself out of body like that. Because obviously I see myself, you know, with my job, but I'm just, you know, sitting at a desk talking to people, doing something I'm doing. Like, it would be a trip to watch myself in a fight. It would be a trip to watch myself kicking ass in a fight. Like, I would probably get into it. Like, do you get into your own fight?
Yeah, especially if they're really good. Like this one in that third round, I was watching. I'm just like, ooh, get him, ooh.
Yes.
I'm like, damn, that's a tough mother effort right there.
Yeah, it was a great fight. And in fact, I do remember, yeah, Dean was even saying like, there was one point like people just start clapping, like, because you guys were just showing out, and everybody was like, God damn, that was just some good MMA. Like, even if you didn't have a dog in the fight, it was really just excellent, high quality MMA.
Yeah, no, I heard that clapping. I think I kicked him to the body. I thought I heard him, so I jumped on him, and I went to go do that knee, and he caught me with the left hook and dropped me. And then afterwards, I got back up, and people just started clapping. I was just like, oh, this is a good one. It's going to be a good one. So.
It is. Damn, it really was. It was really excellent, and I'm psyched for you. But yeah, the Super Mario jump was sexy. Yeah. So yeah, you're getting a lot of love. And people are asking, how did you recover so fast from the shot in the first round?
I think honestly, being off the ground kind of helped it, because I wasn't really planted, so it hit me, and the momentum just took me down. So I think if I was planted on the ground, it probably would have hurt a lot more.
Yeah.
So maybe that was it, or, you know, maybe it was just my Mexican chin. I don't know.
Mexican chin. Hey, I think we got Drakkar close in here. What's up, Drakkar? Good to see you. Yeah, you know, it's interesting too, the Mexican chin. There is something, it's because we've always known about the Mexican heart. If we can add the Mexican chin into there too.
I always think about I forget the coach's name from Fortis MMA, Saif Saud.
Saif Saud, yeah.
Anyways, there's a clip of him talking to his corner, or to his fighter. Hey, quit trying to knock him out. He's a big Mexican with a big head. So that's what I always think of.
It's true. Hey, but look at, you know, use your assets if you got it. I mean, you know, a big head is a big target, but right. If you got that chin too, that'd be pretty excellent. Well, look at, I know I didn't want to keep you like all day here, and I think I don't know if Nicholas here already, because I think he was, and we can invite Nick too, because do you guys know each other pretty well? Or
no, we're under the same management, but right. I don't know him personally, no.
Well, now you get to meet him. What up, Nick Mota?
What up?
How are you?
Congrats, Nick.
Yeah.
Congrats to you too.
Thank you.
Yeah, before we let you get out of here, Gabriel, Mario, I figured that maybe you guys would like have a little moment here to share something, because honestly, I was joking, but people were calling you two the parlay killers, and Nick, I know you even put something out there like, sorry.
Yeah, I knew it that nobody thought I would be that guy, and he was so confident and kind of a little bit cocky, and I knew that I would make everyone see that they wrong, and I'm capable of beating that guy.
It's awesome. It is awesome.
Yeah,
hey, okay, so Nick,
yeah,
exactly. Don't bet against you. So listen, Mario, I know you said you were already in the gym, but hopefully you can like kick back and just relax, you know?
Yeah,
you earned it.
Instead of 2 a days, I'm going to do 1 a day. So
Nice. But I do appreciate you taking the time today. And, you know, like, again, after the show, we had a question on the air, and the question was like, who do we think had the best start to 2024? And like, everybody was like, yo, Bautista. You might have really put your name like on the map for everybody who wasn't already paying attention. So I think that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool.
Cool.
Great start, and we're gonna finish strong.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you for kicking back with us. We do appreciate it.
No problem, Karyn. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, take it easy. See you, Mario.
See you guys.
Bye.
See you, bro.